channel, guys. It is a crisp morning out. I know it looks sunny, but the temperature is right around freezing. I have 2 pairs of gloves on. I'm wearing my favorite heated vest. All the stuff I talked about in my cold weather riding video. I guess I'll leave that linked somewhere if you guys want to check it out. I also tend to leave my most used gear linked below each one of my videos. So if you're ever curious about my gloves or a camera, or just the equipment that you see, there's always a link down below. But I do have a question for you guys talking about equipment. How does the audio sound in this video? I've always been struggling with audio. Sometimes I see comments, people saying that doesn't sound good. And I know, I'm experimenting, I'm trying my best. My current setup is the DJI Action 2. That's what I use. I do not use GoPro. And the microphone, I tried out so many at this point. The mic that I'm currently using is the very popular, highly rated Purple Panda lav mic. And I mean, it sounds okay. But, I mean, the issue is sometimes the audio distorts, it peaks. The best mic I've ever used is actually the cheapest one on Amazon, the pop microphone. It's like 10 bucks. And for some reason, that one has like the widest frequency range and doesn't peak that often. Fellow biker. And this Purple Panda, it's good, but it's just more quiet and still peaks more. It's really frustrating. But I do have another microphone coming in the mail soon, and we're going to see how that one sounds. I do want to talk to you guys in this video specifically about e-bike conversion kits. I've talked about this before. In fact, I made a video on the best e-bike conversion kits almost a year ago. It's actually time to make a new one of these videos. So maybe I'll do that soon, or beginning of 2023 I'll do that. But I just came across a brand new type or style of conversion kit. I've never seen it before. And when I say type and style, we all know that there's hub motors, that's one type. Another is mid-drives. Those are definitely by far the two and really the only options as of this point. But I just came across a new disc drive e-bike conversion kit, and here's the promotional video on it.
Electric bikes give you freedom, but they can be heavy and expensive. That was before Scarper. Scarper have invented a revolutionary new e-bike drive system, the disc drive. With Scarper, your regular bike is just a click away from being a high-performance electric bike.
Yeah, so very different approach. It uses the rear disc brake as the drive mechanism instead of your chain or being built into the hub of the wheel. So I mean, it's pretty cool. The whole system is exactly what you see there on the back of the bike. The big advantage of this is how simple it is and how you can easily put it on and off the bike. I've recently reviewed an e-bike that was like a stealth e-bike. It was more bike than electric motorcycle. And I actually think that using a kit like this... What's going on here? See guys, bike privilege. I don't want to wait in this traffic. But yeah, like I was saying, I reviewed not too long ago an e-bike that was very stealth, right? It was more bike than electric motorcycle, and it had very similar specs to this conversion kit. So if you want something like that, if you have a regular bike already, this could be a really great solution for that market. Now, when I was taking a deeper look at this, obviously there's no throttle. And there's not even a pedal assist sensor. So if I had to guess, the way this functions is that it senses the disc rotor spinning as you pedal, and then it gives you assist. And the effectiveness of that is going to heavily depend on how well they make this. It is pretty expensive. I think it's like $1,000 right now. I would expect that to come down over time. Again, this is brand new. And the price to spec ratio in this first iteration is not good. I think it's 250 watts, a 200 watt-hour battery. So very minimal specs for the money. What you're really paying for is that convenience, how you can easily snap it on and off the bike. That's the whole advantage of this approach. So I mean, it's definitely not geared towards enthusiasts like you or I who ride like this, basically as an electric motorcycle. But I think there is a market for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But speaking of enthusiasts, before going, I have been researching remember the Super 73 motorcycle, the CX-1? It got announced a couple of months ago. It's not for sale yet. In fact, it's not going on sale until like another year from now. I think fall of 2023. But I've been researching the bike, and I'm kind of liking it. When it was first announced, I was like, okay, whatever, it's a super expensive toy. But it falls into the class of light electric motorcycles. So compared to like a full-size motorcycle, like the Zeros, it's gonna weigh like 100 pounds less, have a much smaller footprint. And I like that. It's one of the reasons why I like electric bikes. They're super light, maneuverable, you can use them in more places. Super 73 does have good build quality. They know how to make both a good looking and a solidly built bike. That's one thing you can't take away from them as a company. And this CX-1 is a smooth looking bike, and even just evaluating the frame, I like it. It's a solid frame, full suspension, and the motor, it is a mid-drive motor, but it's actually mounted in the rear swing arm. I like the wheels. They're 15 inches, maybe 14, and they're wide, so they give you lots of traction, much like regular fat tire bikes. But the most important thing with any electric vehicle is the battery. And unfortunately, they've yet to release the specs of the battery or even the motor. We don't know what kind of power it produces. We just know the broad statements they make, like it's capable of going at least 75 miles per hour. So with that knowledge, I can say the motor probably has a power of at least 10 kilowatts. And for the battery, they said the range is 100 miles. I think that's city range. And the battery itself weighs 80 pounds. And in terms of comparables, the only other bike in its class, light electric motorcycles, I'm gonna get off this path. It's the weekend and it's full of people. But the only comparable bike is the Saunders Metacycle. And that's a pretty solid bike. The configuration is different, the styling is very different. It uses a hub motor. And the battery on that is 4 kilowatt hours. And visually, just stacking that up against the CX-1, the CX-1 appears to have a much larger battery. The only thing is, knowing Super 73, this is not going to be a cheap bike. Now, it's also not premium. They did specifically say they're making it as entry-level as possible. But for them, that means hopefully less than 10,000 bucks, if I had to guess. There's no official price yet. The Metacycle costs around, 5,000 bucks? Maybe 6? So my official guess here is that the CX-1 is going to be between $6,000 and $10,000. And if that is indeed the case, let me know in the comments below. Would you consider buying this light electric motorcycle? It's pretty compelling. When stacked up against a lot of e-bikes, it's just more capable. It's also more expensive. You need a license, but it does have its own set of advantages. So let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.